Welcome everyone to another episode of Starmade. Today it will be wedging time for the mothership, but before we do that, let's have a look at the latest update, which brought us again some new awesome features and improvements. First of all, you are now able to orientate blocks in the direction you want while not in build mode using the exact same technique. Hold down the control button and use the mouse wheel to reorient the block you're about to place. Next up, the templates you've created now come with full preview and you'll have a much better idea on how the final placement will look like. Additionally, these templates now also work with symmetry mode and can be rotated in all three axes using the mouse wheel shift and control combinations. What a great addition to the template feature. Moreover, there's now a build helper mode with currently 3 different modes. The ellipsoids, which are spherical and can be defined through 3 dimensions. The circles, which can be rotated in all dimensions, and the torus, which can be defined by the outer and inner radius and can also be rotated. All of these helpers can also be cleared just as easily. Schema, you're my hero. Next in the list we have a zoom for the sniper rifle, which was the thing I was slightly confused about the last time. Welcomed feature for the sniper rifle, of course. Next up, the door variety has been increased. There are new door wedges as well as 2 additional types of doors, the blast doors and the glass doors. Now there's some more update content we're not specifically gonna look at in this episode, such as various new blocks and wedges, lighter shader improvements, universe redesign work and bug fixes. But you'll be able to find a link in the description to the Starmade news if you want to check it out for yourself. Anyways, now that we're aware of the additions, let's dive back into the episode and keep working on some mothership. Alright guys, so here we are. I have been doing a lot of work. I've placed hundreds of thousands of blocks. Unfortunately, I had to purchase a lot and I had to use a cheat in order to restock the shops because I just needed thousands and thousands of wedges. The crafting was too slow for my taste, but as you can see, I have wedged out a good portion of what I want to wedge out. Obviously, this is basically only step 2 in the whole process of making this look rather awesome, because right now it is still the same bulky version of what we had before, but there are some new connections which make the transitions a lot smoother. There's still a lot of wedge work which I will have to do right here, but all in all the details look much better, especially this pattern right here I like the most, using normal blocks and these triangles in between. That is really great. So I thought this is a process I don't necessarily want to record because it is rather boring and I rather show you just the results. This also gave me the opportunity to catch up with the Game of Thrones series while doing a rather repetitive thing. But nevertheless, once again for today I am totally fed up with placing blocks, at least wedges, and this mothership will bring me a lot more work until it really looks the way I want it to. I've started using the build helper with the torus shape in order to add a bunch more struts and details, and this will continue throughout the ship. Also, what I want to do is make things look less bulky and squarish by rounding these edges right here. Maybe in a manner such as this, but I'm not sure yet. The only thing I do know is that there is still a lot of work before we can really take this on a spin. But yeah, with each episode I'm getting a little bit happier. Now once again, if you don't remember, what this here is the middle part of the ship. Right here on the sides we're gonna have an additional module which is at least half of the size of this, or maybe even the same size. It's gonna be some kind of a wing. Also on top and at the bottom there's gonna be some modules. They are not gonna be as dramatically huge as the middle part right here or the side parts, but they're still gonna add to the shapes of the bottom, especially because obviously we don't want just a flat surface for the whole bottom. We want it to be kind of shaped in a spaceship-y kind of way. Yeah, but once we have a lot more of these decoration extensions, which by the way can also be used in order to fill up with modules of any kind, And once we've accomplished making this look much less bulky, for instance, we can take off a good portion of the lower bit right here and make it more roundish, connecting it up to the actual bridge. Anyways, I think that's enough mothership for me for today. Let's do something else. And before we do that, of course, I want to tell you about the Q&A with Schema, the developer of Starmade. The last time I asked you guys to post a bunch of questions and you posted so many questions. That was just awesome, guys. Thank you so much. What I'm gonna do now is close the questions, which means don't post any more, and I will put together a collection of the best 20 to 30 questions or so. Schema will then answer those actually in written form, and I will present them in some way or the other. I will only present the questions which have actually been answered. Maybe some of the questions Schema doesn't want to answer, and that is his choice, obviously. Anyways, guys, let's get going with the rest of the episode. Okay, guys, so slowly but surely we can actually get into the functionality of the mothership. I don't always want to design around the hull, we also want to have some functionality. So what I've done here is built a basic turret. It's nothing too exciting, just a simple turret. Inside of it, we still have plenty of room to add additional functionality. Right now I have a weapons computer and a D1000 missiles computer. And I think we want to actually install a bunch more computers, but we can get inside of it. Of course, this is going to be a Bobby AI turret and not man-driven, but still, just to see what it contains, we have the antimatter cannon, which shoots 4 beams. And we have the missile computer, which shoots 1 missile. Alright guys, so I've had a look at the time and, well, we are not too far in the episode, but I've already been at it for about 4 hours, so I would definitely appreciate a thumbs up for this episode. But I think for the rest of the episode we are going to harvest a bunch of these asteroids and check out what new fancy materials we're getting. And additionally, we're going back on the planet and do some more work there, and then I think we'll wrap it up. So let's start collecting a bunch of those blocks from the asteroids, and hopefully we're gonna grab a bunch of new materials. Now this is already the second tape. Unfortunately, I kind of managed to crash Starmade, and it was totally my fault. I did have too many programs running, so I lost a little bit of footage there. We're just gonna pretend it never happened and we're gonna start farming the second time. But nevertheless, before we continue, I want to show you something which is in the build mode. We have a storage chest right here, and if we have a look in it, you can see that there is a bunch of materials, namely the ones that we've just harvested and the ones from the first harvest, which failed miserably. The only thing you have to do in order to accomplish this is select your salvage computer and hook it up with the storage block C and V. That's all you have to do. And all of your materials will not be going into your inventory anymore, and thus you can basically farm as many blocks as you would like. This also means you can now build a harvester which can farm a planet in just a few seconds. Usually my inventory is clogged up enough, and going on a harvesting mission usually made me destroy a bunch of blocks because, well, of the capacity issues. Oh yes, I'm getting lots of lava. That is great. Guys, I believe I already placed more blocks than I did in the previous season. In the previous season I did a lot of smaller projects, but they didn't usually end up using this many blocks. But I'm also using the building tools much more than I did in the previous season. In the previous season, most of the blocks were placed individually, even though I did have the opportunity to use the building tool. I just failed to use it, basically. I didn't realize that even for rather small things, it saves you a lot of time if you want to. So I'm just gonna fly over here. Is it still flying if you are in space? I guess it is. Man, I already harvested so many asteroids in my system. At some point there might be none left. Just empty space. And the skybox. There we go. Another one done. Let's continue. So I think we're gonna finish off this group and then we check what we actually gathered. there are potentially a few materials and resources which we didn't have previously. There's still a bunch of ores I haven't seen yet in this world, in this universe. I think some of them even got added after we've created this world, so that comes to no surprise. Now, what's this red stuff? I'm not sure if we've gathered that before. There's also a bunch of blue ores. Let's actually check them out. Storage block, what do we have? Ah, no, that's the cinnabar, I know that. But lucra we haven't seen yet before, and the Fertikine ore, Thren's ore, I don't know that either. I know the Chisper one, and Circaner ore, Sickener, and Sintier shard. Man, we have to continue farming and gathering stuff. This is great, guys. I really do enjoy the harvesting part. I'm not sure why. I almost do enjoy this more than the building aspect. But that's probably just because I've been placing so many freaking blocks today. It's not even funny anymore. But it was worth it. There hasn't been an episode in a while and I wanted to give you guys some content. I just didn't realize that I'm doing so much off-camera work that I've been at it the whole afternoon and only got this little content episode-wise. Look at this green asteroid. That is really intriguing. I bet there is a bunch of ores we haven't seen yet too. Let's check them out. Yeah, there's new ores. The Nacht ore and a Nox shard. Varad shard. Oh my gosh. Gotta love the green asteroids. Anyways, guys, I'm just gonna finish with this group of asteroids and we are gonna see us back on the planet. We're gonna do some more building there. Well, so I parked my ship right here. Unfortunately, I forgot to grab the materials we've gathered. Of course, is really important. Always having trouble to find the entrance. I believe it's at the back here. Yeah, there we go. So let's have a look into the chest. Do we even have enough inventory space? We probably do. We're just gonna grab everything from this inventory. Nice, 16,000 lava and lots of shards. Nachtohr. Oh, I think we do just have enough inventory space. Oh yeah, that was just... oh no, I did still have the hotbar. Forget about it. But nevertheless, we're gonna hop out of here. Attempt not to die on the lava. And we should be going into the build mode of our planet, obviously. Tower of Madness. Oh yeah, that's great. Anyways, let's get into the build block and we're gonna check out the environment. We most likely want to set a symmetry mode, and for planets this probably is gonna be the odd symmetry, right? Let's check it out. Yeah, it's actually the odd symmetry, but we're gonna set both of the planes. That's great. Now I think what I want to do is test out the build helper a little bit more. We want to have an ellipsoid, right? Let's see. Just for testing purposes, we're gonna have a radius of 50 for the X and Y axes, and we're gonna have one of 100 for the C axis. Let's see. Oh, where is it? Oh no! No! I think I might just have found a bug. It might not work on this planet, because it clearly indicates with the red color right here that I'm aiming right now and I should see it. Also the lag, it's kind of showing it to me but I don't see it visually. So let's place it. Yeah, there we go. So I placed it now and it is not really here. No. Let's clear it. Yeah, and the lag is gone. Oh geez. So let's see, did the feature completely vanish on me? We just have to test maybe with a ship. Yeah, I still do have a ship core. So, ooh, this is gonna be a wonky build. No, it stopped. Okay, let's try this again. Build helper, let's do the ellipsoid, and let's do, I don't know, any radius. It doesn't matter. I just want to see it. Oh yeah, can you see it? It's right there. It's right there. Let's actually snatch it. Yeah, it does work. Oh no, it doesn't work on planets. That was my plan for the rest of the episode. What am I gonna do now? Well guys, I think what we're gonna do now is actually end the episode, even though we have not reached, I believe, the 15 minutes mark. But we do have some progress as usual. We do have lots of progress, actually hundred thousands of lots of progress. and it is right up there. And hopefully with the next update, this feature, this build tool feature, will also work on my planet, and we can actually erect great structures on the surface of this nifty planet. It's just waiting for us to build something on. But nevertheless, guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Have a great time, and hopefully I'm gonna catch you the next time. Bye bye.